beautiful reminder. Love holds no grievances. Now, something, before we really dive in, there's something that I've known about this community in general. And that's that a lot of you love to chime in during the talk. Yes? Yes. I may have been watching you on yeah. Kim's one of my good friends, and I have enjoyed feeling like part of this community, even though this is my first visit. So I want you to know that that stands today. Interrupt me. This is a time. I'm not a preacher of sorts. I love to share in ideas. I'm a truth student, just like every one of you, and I know that's why you're here, is to unfold and evolve your own consciousness. And as this song said, to be that salvation, maybe for the world and for ourselves, so that we can reveal that truth that is us. So that absolutely stands today. So we're going to have fun. We'll interact wherever you all want to chime in. I'll throw a question out. We'll get out notebooks and whatever you want to do today. We'll get it on. So I want to start with this idea of grievances that the song mentioned. What is that for you? I want to just popcorn that around. What is a grievance?
I guess like attachment to the past.
Attachment to the past.
Resentment.
Resentment.
Holding a grudge.
Holding a grudge.
Anger.
Anger. Yeah. These are lots of grievances. Are you just listing my stuff? You guys know me, don't you? So I've got all that stuff going on for me too. And the grievances that I experience, like I heard you say, was it takes me back to the past. It leaves me like kind of stuck in a place. And I think that's what the song was gleaning to, that it kind of hides that light inside of me. Now, I've struggled with this idea that we are the light of the world, because I know the nasty stuff, I think, sometimes. I know why I've had to go to therapists and come to Unity, for God's sake, and to do these things. All right? And so I wonder, like, am I really the light of the world? Because I feel a little bit dysfunctional. I feel like I look around the news, and I look around my schools, and I look around my places of employment, and I think, that's what the light of the world looks like? Ew. How can that really be? And it's these kind of reminders about that it's really hidden inside, behind those grievances, behind that stuff. And so maybe we have to have a stretch of the imagination that it's in there somewhere, right? A powerful spiritual awakening that a friend of mine recently encountered was this vision of this kind of darkness, and it was cracking loose, and this bright light was shining through these blues and bright whites, and this intensity was like piercing through this cracking shell. And that's something that I experience when I'm up against a reaction that I have in life, and I'm wanting to be that light of the world. I really, truly am. And yet this nastiness is just about to come off the tip of my tongue. I've got a real strong opinion, right? Or I know what's best, or they're just wrong, because they are, because I know what's right. It's not that. And so this is the stuff that my ego does to me. I don't know about any of you. I hear the laughters of acknowledgement. I know it's not that funny of a joke, so it's like, oh yeah, me too, kind of a laugh. And that's like, I don't know, that's kind of the beauty of our madness. That's the beauty of life in such a way, is that we are a little bit insane and a whole lot inspired and whole. And so there's this kind of dichotomy in life between what we're living from in that way. So just yesterday, because this is one thing I love about Unity, is the practical application of truth, right? Because it applies right now while we're sitting in our seats dialoguing, as well as when we are in profound meditation or whatever we might be doing. The same truths apply, right? So yesterday, I was battling it out with a bank that will remain nameless. And I had been to 5 branches, and of course I was right and they were wrong, and get their stuff together. And I'm like, okay, I need a manager because I got a policy suggestion for you. Right? You need to implement this and notify your banks worldwide of this information because this is like divine download. Get your stuff together. Because I'm very humble like that. And so I can humbly know what's best for the whole planet, like in my disgruntled form. And so they're getting it together. They're getting their stuff straight like I want them to do. Right, they are. So there's hope for the banking industry still. I've got them on track. And so as they're getting their self enlightened by my presence, I'm also dealing with, relationship stuff and graduation, what I'm going to do with my life, and where my daughter is, and, shopping to do, and fruits to pick up, and, all these very important things that life calls of me. And so, when I leave there, knowing that all is well, I'm leaving for Chile. It's my first trip out of the country. So I leave this week. So that was part of the banking thing, getting it straight for my out-of-the-country voyage. Well, it hits me, I'm almost out of gas. This is serious spiritual business now. And so I don't want to, stop for gas on my way here and then hug and kiss on all you beautiful people, and you smell gas on me. This is obviously, I'm really in the now moment, worrying about smelling like gas before I can speak this message to you. So, this is what it's like to truly be in the presence of now. And so, I'm like, all of a sudden, ego is on fire. Ego's like, oh, is this my cue? I get to run the show? Oh, don't stop and get gas now. It might be cheaper down the road. Oh, no, you're not quite, the gas light's not even on. Maybe you could make it to the church and get gas afterwards. Oh, no, this gas station has the best gas, and there's one right down the road. I don't want none of that watery gas down at the other station. And I'm like, I just wiped it clean. I'm like, shut up. There's a gas station right here, and it'll be done. So I pull into the gas station to get gas. Whew. I escaped the ego for just one moment. That was all in a half a block, right? Because that was right across the bridge from the bank. So this was not a lot of time lapse for that much nonsense to go on. So I get gas. I'm having this profound being in the now moment. I'm listening to the beautiful little Vietnamese man on YouTube talking about how life is simple. Right? And so I'm trying to keep focused on this now moment and remember life is simple and just left foot, right foot, okay, I can be now, I can be in His presence. Because I know that if I really listen, this light is being revealed. If I can get out of that nonsense of the past, if I can truly be present, if I can really forgive and let go of all that stuff and be here now, there's this little part of me that really believes that I can be that present. And so I gotta get ahead of the ego though, right? I gotta stay out front, let that light be out front. And so, of course, what happens, I buy a car wash and it doesn't print my receipt. Oh man, life is off. Life must not be working right because the receipt didn't print like it was supposed to. Something must be wrong. So who's back in charge? Ego, boop, steps back up and he's running the mechanisms of the mind again because of course he knows what's best. And I don't get upset or anything, but it's just something's wrong. Something's not working right because it didn't print, is what ego says, which, is that true or not true? First of all. Well, it's not true because everything is what it is. And it's working properly because it is that way. So it must be proper the way that it is, not printing. That's the part that I forget. So that's the truth, that things are really perfect if we can see the perfection in them. So, with that reminder, I go into the store to get my receipt because I got to get my car washed. And so, because ego's in charge, it's already a step ahead of me. Oh, don't go this way, there's a car pulling in. And I'm like, No, I just experienced that with getting gas or not. You're not in charge. I'm going the way that I felt guided to go. So I come around, there on the ground, there's a couple lottery tickets. Oh, I better leave, that's trash. Oh, no, I should throw it away. Oh, no, but ego's doing it. I'm like, come on, ego. I felt to pick it up. Let me just pick it up. I can throw it away or whatever when I'm in that now moment. This is the now moment of pick it up. Because that's what was inspired. Oh my God, it's not the whole day. It's just right now. Pick it up. If I pick it up, I see it's not scratched. So it doesn't appear to be trash. So I stick it in my pocket, go in, get my receipt. So as I'm sitting in the car wash, I'm like, trip to Chile, need some extra bottles of wine. Show me the money. So I'm going through the car wash, I'm scratching away. And what happens? Instant winner. 15 bucks. 15 American could probably score me a bottle of wine in Chile. That's one red down the hatch. We might share that when I get back though. So I'm like, woo! Thanks, Spirit, for not allowing me even to go around the car the other way because of some fear about a car pulling in or not. Like, listen to the way you're guided to go, even in those little things, right? And so I take the ticket in to go get my 15, and she's like, "Oh, honey, you didn't scratch the scanner. I have to scan it." So she undoes the scanner and scans it. 20, 40, 60, 80, $100. Not the 15. Abundance flows. It's very present for listening to Spirit, right? So I'm feeling that. And that's kind of the big reminder. Like, ta-da! Just listen to the way Spirit's moving you now. Right? Because we are this presence of perfection. Whatever else is going on from the past, whatever's deluding the mind and jerking us back into what we already know, that might be outdated information. It may be time for an update. Right? Spirit is constantly upgrading the system faster than anything else on the planet. Because it is the presence of all there is. And that's our piece of it. That's our individual presence of the divine that we are. And so, allowing that, which is why it's so important, obviously, to take that time of meditation, that time of stillness, so that we can let some of that junk settle down in the system a little bit, and that presence can be there even stronger. Right? And before we do anything, especially that we deem as so important, as getting our receipt, or having breakfast maybe, or that conversation that we're about to have, who knows? Just maybe taking a pause, let the past settle. Even if you already know what's right for everybody in the situation, just allowing that to settle and kind of feeling in to what's really fresh and current and present. For me, that's the idea of true forgiveness, of salvation, of this idea of metanoia. Yeah, that's that way to wipe that slate clean and to be the freshest, most current presence of the divine that we can be in that moment. The past served the past, but the presence served the present. Yeah. So with that, I want to take us into that time of meditation, to feel that. And when we conclude, I'll invite you back with the words of our dear Mother Myrtle. So we'll hear from Myrtle Fillmore about some of this when we return. So for now, if you'll feel so comfortable as to uncross your hands and feet, relieve your hands of any burdens and obstacles, and just truly be. Just be here now, feeling the support of the chair beneath you. You'll notice as you relax, you'll feel these rippling waves of vibration from this gong. Noticing that breath as you settle into this moment. Just a short moment to feel this true presence. Feeling support of that chair beneath you, holding as a container. As all the past starts to drip down, dissolving slowly from the mind. Relaxing down the jaw, the face. Noticing the arms and shoulders relax. Coming deeper and deeper in the presence within. Settling into this moment. As I forgive, become this presence of peace. Right now, you have fresh mind substance. Fresh in this new moment of your existence. And the God-given power to use it to absolutely renew, regenerate, and spiritualize your mind, body, and affairs. God Himself gives us this bread of life, new mind substance. We must live in the now and let our new thoughts be nourished by this spiritual bread. Grasp the freshness and newness of this present second with its new thoughts and inspirations. These new thoughts and fresh life invite you to animate the tips of your fingers with this fresh new idea, this free and new present self. Invite you to emanate a smile, acknowledging the presence and perfection of your being now. Feeling as each muscle is filled with the quickening spirit of this new life. Knowing that you are truly free of all that has come before. And that with this acknowledgement, You will be truly free in all the moments ahead. Gently opening the eyes and returning fresh new presence to this room. Joy you to share that smile as you glance around at your neighbors. We are truly blessed